biggest deciding factor when it comes to being successful at weight loss, it's not about diet, it's not about exercise, it's actually about mindset and motivation. Grab a paper and pen. I'm going to give you my 7 steps for working on mindset and therefore improving your motivation. Hello fam, and welcome to my channel. My name's Melissa Neal, and this channel is all about helping you, if you're a woman over 40 or like me over 50, get in great shape. And it's going to be 90% about mindset. So the way that I transform my body, yes, I had to eat the right food. Yes, I had to exercise. But the key thing was changing my mindset. Because once I changed my mindset, everything started to fall into place. So there are 3 key things that I'm going to be talking about in this video. And they're all linked together. And that's motivation, mindset and consistency. And the first thing to say about motivation is actually we cannot feel motivated all the time, not every single day. But because we've got our consistency in place, we've formed really good habits and we've got the right mindset, it doesn't matter if we're not motivated every single day. So I'm going to give you my 7 steps now. So the first step is find your really strong reason why. You must have a reason why. You're either wanting to transform your body, you want to lose weight, it could be for health reasons. So for me, I want longevity. So I'm 54 years old now, but when I get into my 60s, 70s and 80s, I don't want to be frail. I want to be able to do the things that I enjoy. That's a really strong reason why for me. And if you've watched any of my other videos, you'll know that I'm also a bikini competitor. And so that's another really strong reason why I need to get in shape for those shows. So one of my other strong reasons why is I want to be really healthy and fit and in fantastic shape now, as well as in the future. So if I'm in fantastic shape now, it gives me every chance that in the future I'm going to be in good shape too. I know many of you have health reasons as a strong reason why. You know, you want to prevent some of those health conditions like heart disease, stroke and cancer. If you're really healthy now, it's going to really help you prevent some of those health problems that we can have at this stage in life. You might want to get into a smaller dress size. So if you want to get into like a couple of dress sizes down, maybe more, that's a really strong reason why. And I know a lot of women I talk to, you want to feel good about yourself again, don't you? You want to feel that you can look in the mirror and actually feel good about what you're seeing in the mirror. Whether that's with your clothes on or maybe in a swimsuit, you want to be able to wear a swimsuit on vacation, or you want to look good naked. So when you've got those strong reasons why, you might have 1, 2 or 3 really strong reasons why, then write that down, because if we write things down, it's actually more likely it's going to happen if we write it down. There's actually scientific evidence that shows this is the case. My number 2 tip is make you a priority. So many women that I come across do not prioritize their own health above others. And when I started to do that, you know, because I was low down in the priority, so I was looking after everyone else but myself. Does that sound familiar? Then you've got to start making you a priority. Why? Because all your loved ones are going to benefit if you're in good health. If you're fit and healthy and taking care of yourself, everyone around you is actually going to benefit from it, not just you. And in order to get into this right mindset for motivation, you do need to start making you a priority. And as women, we're really poor at making ourselves a priority. And we shouldn't feel that we're being selfish. We're not being selfish. We're taking care of ourselves. We're taking care of our health. And we shouldn't shy away of taking care of our appearance and wanting to look good. Many of us, through having children and getting older, we've let ourselves go a bit, and that happened to me. And so there's nothing wrong with wanting to look better, because looking better is going to make you feel better. My number 3 tip is start to form good daily habits. And I do recommend a book, and I'm going to put a link in the description, called Atomic Habits by James Clear. And he talks about getting in good habits. And if you're struggling with your mindset and motivation, I would highly recommend you read this book. I recommend it to lots of women that I work with, and it's very, very helpful. But one of the things he says in the book is actually about forming good daily habits and making the bad habits really difficult for yourself. So putting that in a simplistic way is removing some of the items from your house that are gonna make you have those bad habits. So it's the high fat, high salt, high sugar foods, isn't it? Removing them away from your house, and then putting in some of the workout equipment that you need to work out with. Put them in a visible place so it's really easy. Make it easy for yourself. You're going to kind of see them every day. So one of the things I need to do every day is get on the foam roller. So I actually have it out. I haven't put it away. It's in my bedroom there, staring me in the face every day. So I'm much more likely to use it because it's visible. My number 4 tip is take responsibility for your own actions. So a lot of the time, what can happen is we blame others for the situation we're in. And I get a ton of messages like this, you know, people have blamed the pandemic for the situation they're in. They blame menopause. And I know those things can make you gain weight, and some people do gain weight through no fault of their own. But if you've actually consumed more food than you should have done, then you need to take responsibility for your actions. If you've been less active than you know you should be to be healthy, then you've got to take responsibility for your own actions. Because people that are good at this, people that are motivated and have the right mindset, they actually take responsibility for their own actions. So they know if they've eaten badly or they haven't been exercising enough, that's actually down to you, isn't it? If that hasn't happened, it's down to you. It's not down to anyone else. It's no one else's fault. No one is force feeding you. No one, hopefully, is physically stopping you from doing your activity. So you do need to take responsibility for your own actions. My number 5 tip is work on your self-belief. A number of years ago, I didn't have much belief in myself. I didn't have much confidence. And what I did is I started to believe in myself a bit more. And when that happened, things started to change for me. Now, I can't give you self-belief, but write it down. Write down the things that you are good at and start to have that inner narrative in yourself that I can do it. Start to talk yourself up. I can do this. I can achieve it. And if you start to believe in yourself a bit more, then things will happen, I promise you. My number 6 tip is actually making a commitment. It's not a loose commitment. So when we're talking about working out and you say to yourself, well, I'm going to work out 3 times a week, make a commitment. Write it down. Keep a journal of what you're doing. If you're keeping a journal, and as I said, writing things down will actually mean it's more likely to happen. You could actually diary it in and write down how you're going to eat. If your goal is weight loss or fat loss, you're going to need to eat in a certain way, aren't you, to get there? And so the way to do that is actually to write down how you're going to achieve that. Are you going to, for instance, purchase some sort of meal plan, and you can purchase a meal plan, a high protein meal plan from me? Or are you going to track your calories and macros through an app like MyFitnessPal? How many calories are you going to be eating? How much protein in grams are you going to be eating? Write it down. Make a commitment. And if you make that commitment and write it down, you're much more likely to do it. My number 7 tip is I really do believe in the power of positive thinking. This does link a little bit to what I said about self-belief. It's thinking positively. I have a phrase, and it's well-known saying everywhere: see it, so visualize it, believe it. That's really believe it's going to start to happen, and then you will achieve it. The mind is such a powerful thing. If we can work our mind, so you're starting to work your mind so that things are going in your favour, and you believe things are going in your favour, then that's much more likely to happen. And I believe you can do it, because you're watching this video, aren't you? And if you've got to this point, you've watched this far, you really want this, don't you? So start thinking positively. Think about what you can do, and actually maybe what you've achieved so far, and think about what you're going to achieve in the future, and start to play it out in your mind. Rehearse it in your mind. What are you going to look like? What dress size are you going to fit in? How is your health going to be? Start to visualize in your mind what that's going to look like. And if you can visualize it, then you can achieve it. So that was it. That was my 7 steps. Let me know if you're going to try and incorporate those, or perhaps you already incorporate a lot of those steps and it's already working for you. I know that it works for me and many of the women that join my programs where I talk to them about these steps. You know, they're starting to believe in themselves a bit more, and they're actually getting in the right mindset, and so they feel much better, much more motivated to actually work out, actually eat right. And it's like a snowball effect. If you start to use the power of your mind a bit more, things definitely start to happen for you.